I just wanted to make another quick video before I do my live stream today at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and tune into that in about we'll see when this video gets posted, but it'll be around the time this video gets posted. But I wanted to talk about this tweet from Libs of TikTok highlighting Gavin Newsom's new executive order for California. If you don't know already, I mean, Gavin Newsom's pretty well known, but he's the governor of California, so he's issued an executive order. Libs of TikTok says here, Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order to hire former federal workers after they were fired by the Trump administration. So what I found interesting about this executive order isn't so much that, isn't so much that they're hiring federal workers that were let go by the Trump administration, but it's actually highlighting that they are returning to in-person work. So we're just going to go through this, and I'll give my commentary on it. If you just want to skip my commentary, then head over to X or whatever, or you can pause, because I basically just cycled through everything I'm going to talk about. But let's go through this. So as of January 2025, California has more than 224,000 full-time state employees supporting the delivery of critical public services ranging from Medi-Cal to nutritional assistance, from unemployment insurance to driver's license and vehicle registrations, from the fire preparedness and emergency response to public safety, and from education and childcare to environmental protection. California state employees demonstrate their devotion to public service and the common good day in and day out through their hard work and talents. Prior to COVID-19 pandemic, nearly all state employees had a baseline expectation of working in person 5 days a week. Although the COVID-19 pandemic precipitated change for many state employees with a rapid shift to hybrid or full-time telework due to public health considerations. More than half of our state workforce continue to report to work in person throughout the pandemic, and others have returned to full-time in-person work, including peace officers, healthcare and mental health care providers, janitorial staff, highway maintenance workers, and occupational environmental safety inspectors, and frontline customer service staff in various agency departments. So what this executive order actually does is it's requiring people to report into work in person again in California, because basically they weren't requiring people to appear in person to work since the pandemic. So while he is hiring former federal employees let go by the Trump administration, it's for specific areas. And overall, I mean, I'm fine with this. We'll go into some other comments that we have from people talking about this. But several leading private sector employees have recently increased in-person work requirements, including some implementing full-time in-person requirements, and a number of public sector employees, including in California, have likewise recently increased in-person work expectations. Experience across various employment sectors and research continue to affirm that in-person work promotes collaboration, cohesion, efficiency, and accountability for employees and supervisors, all of which are critical for effectively delivering service to the public and maintaining public confidence in the efficiency of state government. So a lot of people were upset because Donald Trump was requiring people come back to work and work in person. But here we have Gavin Newsom, one of the governors of the bluest state in the country. He himself is even saying that it boasts efficiency, it boasts more accountability, promotes collaboration, cohesion. It's overall better than working from home. People, when they work from home, they get lazy, they become complacent, like they don't do as much work. And what are you really getting done on the computer? You're not doing anything physically, except for maybe typing up some stuff on the computer or sending some emails. You should be in person working, especially if you're getting my tax dollars to work. I want you in an office working, somewhere out in the field working. Benefit of in-person work days is undetermined by the non-aligned work schedules of employees under a 2-day minimum expectation, because employees and supervisors, including individuals on the same teams or in the same units who would particularly benefit from in-person time together, are often in-person in different days, such that increasing the number of in-person days necessarily will increase the time employees and supervisors will have in the office together. So that's kind of like a word salad there, but it's basically saying with the 2-day minimum that they currently have, people work 2 days and then they go home, and then other people come in the office for 2 days and then they go home, and basically they're not there at the same times, which basically forces them to work through emails and stuff like that, which just slows things down. Like if you're at work one day and you need something from somebody who's at home, you send them an email, and it's like, oh, maybe they'll get back to me today. Maybe they'll get back to me when they come into the office. But if you have a normal 5-day work week and you're all in the office together, be like, oh, I really need this document or something from so and so. You can literally walk to their office and be like, hey, send this over right away. It speeds things up when you're in person. Ongoing disparities around in-person work expectations across departments and within job classifications for state employees raise issue. Let's see. Fundamental fairness, particularly in classifications of employees who must report in person 5 days a week, including custodial and janitorial staff, maintenance workers, and others. So, I mean, yeah, that is a question of fundamental fairness. I mean, if the janitor has to be there 5 days a week, but you who just sends emails and stuff don't have to, that's not really fair. Increasing in-person work expectations for state employees will also promote trust with members of the public. I agree. Many of whom must report to work in person for their own jobs. The state government is working effectively for them, and I have determined that increasing in-office work expectations for state employees while still providing the flexibility of a hybrid schedule that most state employees did not have prior to the COVID-19 pandemic is an operational necessity to maximize collaboration, cohesion, efficiency, and accountability. He says it there again. Yes, working in person definitely does maximize all of those things: collaboration, cohesion, efficiency, and accountability. So again, overall, this is a good order, I would have to say, so far. But we're not really in the order yet. This is just like the precursor to it, kind of. So the COVID-19 pandemic, California had established family-friendly employment policies, including procedures to request flexible work schedules and individualized reasonable accommodations. And those processes will continue to remain available to allow agencies and departments to review current operational needs related to telework, to provide impacted employees sufficient time to adjust and update in-person work schedules as applicable, and generally to ensure a smooth transition for agencies, departments, and state employees, and align with the start of the fiscal year. The updated policies directed by this order will take effect on July 1st, 2025. Recent actions by the federal government to reduce the size of federal workforce and eliminate jobs for federal civil servants with the expertise that would benefit the state create opportunities to fill unmet needs in the state workforce. Now, therefore, I, Gavin Newsom, Governor of the state of California, in accordance with the authority vested in me by the state constitution and statutes of the state of California, do hereby issue the following orders to become effective immediately. So, what I want to highlight here is a lot of people are pointing out that, oh, they're hiring the bottom of the barrel. We have this on off to the right of the screen, which I really like Nick Sortor. He's got some good reporting. And also Libs of TikTok agreeing here. So Gavin Newsom wants bottom of the barrel employees to do his dirty work in California. Sounds about right. I don't know if they actually read this whole thing. That or it's just political. Because, I mean, I don't like defending Gavin Newsom. I certainly don't like a lot of the things he's done for this state. But overall, this executive order, like, I don't know, kind of makes sense. I don't necessarily disagree with it overall. But let's go ahead and read it. So this is the actual order that he has put out. All of everything I've read up until now has just been a precursor to that. So let's actually talk about what's in this order. All agencies and departments subject to my authority that provide telework as an option to employees shall implement a hybrid telework policy and a default minimum of 4 in-person days per work week, with case-by-case exceptions available as provided in paragraph 2, effective July 1st, 2025. Agencies and departments subject to paragraph 1 shall consider their individual operational needs, determining whether to offer telework as an option consistent with the intent of this order. Agencies and telework day per I skipped a line. So it's such small lettering. Agencies and departments shall consider employees' request for more than one telework day per week on a case-by-case basis. So, like, if you have a disability or something, I'm assuming that's what that would be for. That way you don't have to, or depending on your job, maybe, like, if you're literally not doing anything, all you do is, like, move emails around, then maybe you can work at home a little bit more. But like it says here, case-by-case basis. So, as required by any applicable memorandum of understanding and consistent with the existing state policies and governing law. Request for reasonable accommodations, Family Medical Leave Act, and other existing flexible schedule framework addressing personal circumstances and future administration guidelines no later than March 13th, 2025. The California Department of Human Services shall publish statewide guidance to assist agencies and departments in making, next page, appropriate case-by-case exceptions. In addition to any other subjects that CalHR deems appropriate, the guidance on case-by-case exceptions shall address employees whose positions require telework, employees who do not live near duty stations and were hired with a mutually agreed upon telework arrangement. Let me double read that. The guidance on case by case exceptions shall address employees whose positions require telework and employees who do not live near their duty station. Okay, so it's going to basically look into whether or not they still need to keep these people, I guess, because if they don't work or if they don't live near where they work, how are they going to report in the? So I guess they're going to have to look into how they're going to manage that. That's basically what that's saying. As far as I'm aware, you should just let them go if they can't come into work and you need them to come into work. Shall promptly notice, Cal HR shall promptly notice impacted bargaining units to ensure legally required notice is provided prior to implementation of directives in 2. Cal HR and Department of General Services, under the coordination of the Government Operations Agency, shall provide guidance and consult with individual agencies and departments upon request regarding compliance with the directives in the paragraph 1 and 2. Individual agencies and departments shall work with DGS to develop a plan to accommodate the increase in work, including with respect to workplace facilities and employee transportation options. It shall submit such plans to DGS no later than April 1st. DGS shall notify my office no later than May 1st of any agency department that has not prepared a plan. And then this is the federal employee section. So Cal HR shall access vacant jobs that match skills needed in the state workforce with the qualifications of former federal employees in need of new opportunities, including but not limited to those skills and experience related to firefighting, weather forecasting and modeling, natural resource management, medical and mental health, and the sciences, and report its findings to the appropriate agency or department in administration. Cal HR shall additionally create a federal employee resource website connecting this newly available talented workforce with current job opportunities, virtual job fairs, virtual job counseling, and create a framework that maps the skills required for state government employment. All agencies and departments not subject to my authority, including those under the authority of independent statewide constitutional officers, are strongly encouraged to implement the directives order. So what I want to highlight here is you notice how it's buried in the executive order that they are hiring federal employees. And like I stated earlier, I honestly am fine with this executive order. I don't see any issue with it necessarily because, I mean, what this order is doing is it's forcing people to return back to work. Good. It's forcing government employees to return to the office for work. That's how it's supposed to be. They should be in the office actually working. But it hasn't been like that since COVID. So this executive order is forcing them to go back to work because even Gavin Newsom recognizes that they should be in the office working. And then as far as bringing back federal employees that were fired or let go by the Trump administration, I'm assuming that they would be people that live in California or relocate to California. So why does anyone care if they're being hired by the Gavin Newsom administration in California? If they're qualified for the job and they live in the state of California, sure, give them a job. They're out of a job anyway. I don't really see a problem with this. I try not to be left or right. I just try to get to the truth of things. And as far as this is concerned, this is not a hit against Gavin Newsom. This is smart planning by him. He needs more people, especially when it comes to firefighting and forest management. If he wants to hire more people to deal with that, great. I'm all for it. But I don't really know why people are laughing about this or why it's an issue. If I'm missing something, let me know down in the comments below. But as far as I'm aware, this executive order by Gavin Newsom makes a lot of sense. I'm perfectly fine with it. And again, I don't like defending Gavin Newsom, but sometimes I have to. So it is what it is. I'm not going to be one of those people that just craps on Gavin Newsom just because Gavin Newsom's a terrible person. As far as this situation goes, I'm cool with it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Make sure you share the video. Let people know, especially if you live in California. Let people know what's going on here. If you know someone who got let go by the Trump administration and they live in California, maybe they can get a job here. But let me know what you think down below. And please subscribe. Thank you.